At this point, what genre of music do you consider yourself?
I consider myself a hip hop artist. Like, yeah.
Are you referred to as a rapper?
Am I referred to as a rapper? I feel like it's like 50-50 because I feel like I'm still, in a way, like cultivating my fan base, Cultivating my fan base. My fan base is mixed right now.
Explain.
Basically, when I started out rapping, I was in Buffalo, right? I was upstate, away from like my hood and my normal friends and like neighborhood when I first started rapping. So I was in college when I started rapping. So I needed to create a fan base without like, other than just the kids that listen to me at school. I needed to create a fan base. So I put out my first project, uh, I Am Who I Think I Am, in like 2016. And then after that, I started doing like just music reactions on YouTube, just straight music reactions like Young Thug, Cardi B, whatever music video dropped every day. I was doing reactions every day, like 6 a day. I did that. I even got like one time Meek Mill reposted my reaction to his song, like when he first like Liddy, like one of the songs, like when he first broke up with Nicki, like he posted because I was like hyped that he had put a song out, and yeah, I was able to like that got me to like 50K, and then after that, I had ended up in that time. I ended up putting like 3 mixtapes in that growth period of just like putting videos out with the reactions. And then when I came back to New York, like moved back to the city, that's when like Clarence been my best friend, but like me and him linked up, and then that's when my life became more like, what do you do on a daily basis? Like, oh, you rap, but like we care about you being entertained. And so that's when my fan base got more mixed and like left just like me just being in that music niche.
What is your opinion of that phrase, rapper?
Uh, I feel like see a person like me, I got like a certain like chip on my shoulder because there's like so much things I haven't done with the word rapper yet that like I want to fully embody it so much that like I can't really like I don't really look at it as like boxing me in, but I know when I accomplish what I want in that realm or like start to accomplish, I'll definitely be looking at it as like a box. But right now it's like a box I want to get into like for real. Like that's just how I want to live my life. So it's just like, it's like a box, but it's not to me, because a rapper could do anything. But it's like I'm not just a rapper at the same time. Yeah.
Now, when it comes to Clarence, how'd you guys become best friends?
Me and Clarence were in the same gym class freshman year of high school at Mount St. Michael. We weren't really that close, but basketball made us close because like in our first year, like me and Clarence were both trying to get the same spot on the basketball team, and like in that time I was actually better than Clarence at basketball. He ended up getting to be a little bit better than me, a tiny incy bit, but like I was better than him, so we were like more competitive. And then the next year, that competitiveness like led us to just being in the gym every day, playing 1-on-1 every day, going through the same things, trying out for the same teams, and like yeah, and like our moms was type similar in terms of how we was being raised. So like it just all made sense like from then. So like me and Clarence really been close in like 15 facts, 15. Like,
2015?
no, since I was
Oh,
15. So
since
we're
you were
talking
15
about
years old.
yeah, we talking what's it 2008, 2009. Facts. That's how long that's been my boy. Yeah.
And do you remember the first time you actually met him?
Yeah. The first time I met him, we was playing basketball in gym, and Jalen, who was my other man's, who y'all don't know, Jalen, like me and Jalen was in the same classes, and Jalen knew of Clarence from like something. Like I didn't know Clarence yet. I hadn't met. Me and Clarence never like took classes together, but me and Jalen did, and Jalen knew him, and we was playing ball. And like first day you trying to pick the nice people to play ball, and he was like, "Nah, my boy Clarence is nice." And then yeah, that's literally the first time. Like it's been competitive since then, like just playing basketball and friends and stuff like that.
When it came to playing basketball, did you guys play for the same position or you guys were two different positions?
Same position, both point guards, and weirdly enough, I'm taller than him now, but I didn't grow or get tall until freshman year of college. So when I left high school, I was like 5'5", and Clarence was already 5'10". Like Clarence had hit the 5'10" mark early, and then when I freshman year of college, I was 6 foot. Like by the end of that school year, I was 6 foot. So it was like a crazy. Like I go like 7 inches. Like high school senior year, I was supposed to be short.
Now, when it comes to your best friend, Clarence,
Yeah.
what's your favorite characteristic about him?
I don't know. It's just my boy. I don't know. We just friends. Like, you feel me? Go keep it a stack with me. That's my boy. That's really it. I don't really know. Like, that's just my boy. We just been friends for mad long. Like,
Okay.
yeah. It's dumb fun. I don't know what's a favorite. My boy, he just keeps it real with me. He gonna keep it real with me. You know? That's it. I don't know. Always gonna keep it on.
Yeah, well, sometimes, when people have a best friend or a really good friend or whatever the case may be, there may be like a standout characteristic about him that they really
Like, he's
like.
never gonna let me fall off. Like, if I could say that. Like, he's never gonna let me fall off. Like, whenever I'm too hard on myself or it looks like, like I'm losing myself, like, he's always there to remind me, like, yo, bro, you feel me? You could do what you want to do. Like, don't fall off, keep chasing. You feel me? So, like, definitely, he never lets me slack past a certain level. So, I could definitely thank him for that. Like, it was a good characteristic as my friend, I guess. Facts. Yeah.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, is there a pet peeve of Clarence you have? Something you can't stand?
Nah, that's my boy. No, that's my boy. We got pet peeve.
Okay, just curious there.
Nah, that's dumb funny.
Now, when it comes to the music industry,
Mm-hmm.
I know how you feel about the word rapper based on your previous description of it in this conversation, but when it comes to the music industry, do you feel like you're in the music industry? Do you consider yourself in the music industry?
I feel like I feel like if there was a line, I'm standing on it. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm standing on it. Like, I'm respected by my peers to an extent of like who I've been able to meet and play music for and be around, and I'm doing my thing. You feel me? In my own way. When I drop my songs, still do 50 to 100,000. You feel me? I still get streams. Like, I'm not probably streaming, at the label standard, but I do everything independent. I put all the money, every money that goes into a music video, a TikTok, all that is mine. So, like, yeah, I feel like, shit, I'm living it. I don't know what everybody else could tell me in terms of, like, being in the game, but, like, I'm a rapper every day. So it's like, yeah, whatever that means.
Okay. I have some questions about your perspective on the music industry and the rap game, but based on your description, I
Let's do it.
probably want to wait on asking you these questions till you feel like you're more inside the line.
Nah, what do you mean? Like, what kind of question?
Well, I have
I feel
questions.
like I feel like I'm inside the line. That's more like like it's more of like the outside view. Like, I feel like I don't have a deal yet. I don't have the engine of certain pushing. Like, everything is me and like my team or like what I'm doing. So it's like I'm in it. I make money off music. I could do a show. You feel me? So I don't know. It depends on just the perspective. So like what you're looking at it from.
When it comes to being a recording artist, do you consider yourself a full-time recording artist? Like, that's your main job? That's your main stream of income?
It's definitely my main stream of income. Like, but it's like I do YouTube to promote my music, so like all of that goes into like my stream of income. But like, yeah, everything is done for music. Like, even when I post a vlog, I make sure to post part of my vlog in the studio of me rapping bars. Like, everything revolves around the music. So it's like, yeah, I make money off YouTube, and I make streaming money, and I get publishing money, and I got publishing checks from like songs I've done and stuff like that coming in. But it's like, yeah, it's all a group. It all goes towards the music though. So I would say, yeah.
Okay. Well, based on that response, when it comes to the music industry, how long would you consider yourself in it? Rough estimate, time-wise.
Shit, I feel like I've been in the music industry ever since, like, I went on tour with Queen. And what year was that? Was that 2019? 2019, like, you feel me? I feel like I've been a little dog. Like, you know, I'm not a big dog yet, but yeah, I feel like I've been a little dog since then, because I proved that my songs, it can get sung around the whole United States. So yeah, that's how I feel.
Was that tour, did it have a name to it?
Yeah, it was actually the Queen Naija tour, and I was opening. I was the it was just me and Queen, and I opened that whole tour. Facts.
Do you remember how many dates that
It was
was?
37 cities, 37 dates. Yeah.
What was that like?
Amazing. It's like a feeling like it gets tiring at first. It's the best thing in the world. Then it gets a little exhausting because it's like it feels like one long whole day. But like when you get off tour, it's like it's nothing like it. Like you miss that just whole life and just the love and the people. And it's like the only time you really get to touch the people and really know like, yo, what I'm doing in the crib when I'm rapping in the crib and I'm making these videos in the crib, like it's working. Like that's the only time like you really feel it. So yeah, that was super dope.
Back then, when you did that tour, what city gave you the biggest response as far as reacting to your music, knowing the words, the lyrics, that sort of thing?
Okay, naturally New York, because that's where I'm from. But like the shocker was Chicago. Chicago sang my songs word for word out in Chicago. Chicago showed me mad love, and it was like, yo, this was like the first time. It was anything that was in that area though was big. Like Chicago, Connecticut was super huge. Where else? What else did we do? We did DC, that was lit. Like everything in that East Coast top area was crazy. We did Boston, that was lit. Like all of that was like everything. Yeah.
When you say lit, are you talking about specifically lit for you, or you
Yeah.
just okay?
No, I'm talking about yeah, like
Okay.
my words is getting sung. Like yeah, facts. Absolutely.
When it comes to opening for a headliner,
Yeah.
is that a easy or hard position to be in?
I feel like I feel like I was in an easy position because me and Queen's fan base is cross. So it was like, you know, even though they did come to a Queen show, it's like that's Mod. Like, oh yeah, I know Mod. I watch his videos too. I know what he's into. I know he raps too. Like it was way of a simpler, like just a transition. I feel like going on tour with like right now, if I go on tour with like Kevin Gates right now, it would be like, who the hell is this kid right now? Like, yo, some people would know me, but it wouldn't be like a group of people that's really familiar with me the same way. So I feel like it could be hard or easy, really.
When it comes to being a tour opener, and let's say somebody's watching this interview and they're about to do their first
Mhm.
tour,
Mhm.
and they got to open for a headliner as well.
Yeah.
Any do's or don'ts for an opener?
I feel like it's me. The only don't I really have is I don't like I smoke, so like I could do mostly everything off the marijuana, but like the alcohol is like it changes you. You might be missing words, you're getting caught up, and like that's one thing I don't even like to do. Like first of all, I don't know if you've seen the Jada Kiss in the Garden, like when he was like, yo, Dipset's not real rappers because they don't rap over lyrics. You feel me? So that's how I do my shows. Like I don't have no track in the back or nothing like that. So like I can't even afford to go out there and not be on point because my word isn't gonna get sung in the back, or if I'm off time, I'm gonna be off point for the whole show. So yeah, I would just say just be on point. I don't know how serious you want to take your craft, but like, yeah, be on point. I went out there like I was Jay-Z, like, like old Jay-Z, just the track. So, and that was my first ever tour. So it's like, how serious do you want to take yourself, really?
So you're rapping purely off instrumental, or what I've heard referred to as a TV track,
Yeah,
where
yeah, well, that's how I do
maybe
my
the
shows.
hook has your lyrics in it, or
Yeah,
maybe certain
and just the ad libs in the
ad
background, but
libs
yeah,
are in it,
no verse.
but
Yeah,
no main verse. That's
yeah,
all you.
yeah,
You're a cappella live
yeah,
on the instrumentation,
yes,
on the beat.
yeah.
What is your opinion when you see other artists that aren't doing that? They're rapping over their original song. They're rapping, in essence, over their own vocals.
Um, I feel like in 2021, it's really like the norm. So it's like I don't really have an opinion as like it's trash, you know. But it's like it just depends on like what like everybody musically starts different. Some people just wake up, make a song, it goes viral, and like that person might not have the same care. Like me, I really love this shit, so I really come from like watching old Jay-Z Hard Knock Life tours and Ja Rule, even Ja Rule on the Hard Knock Life tour, and like like all those type of videos and just all throwback performances of even Jadakiss way before this. So like I just take pride in like that part of rap, like the hip hop part of it. Like, you know, that's just me personally though. Like I don't think anybody else has to do what they don't.
Now, were you always like that, or was there a time when you were rapping over on top of your vocals?
No, I was literally always like that. Yeah, I was always like that from the beginning. Facts. Always. Even when I used to do little shows that were like for nothing, yeah, I always was like that.
Do you get feedback on that? The fact that, hey, you're a recording artist, a rapper, that is rapping on the beat versus rapping on top of their vocals.
You know, I've never gotten any real praise for that. You know, like I've done shows in front of like label heads and stuff like that, and they say things like, like it's dope that like I do that, but like it's never like so dope like, yo, oh my God, we need somebody like you, like, you know. So it's like, you know, but it does also, like, my show is always gonna work, if that makes sense. Like, because if you're rapping, like, the people are there with you, they're with every word you're saying, they see you giving the energy. So it's like, even if they don't know the words, they're not bored because they're actually watching the performance. If they're just listening to the song and you're just rapping, it's just a lot of noise, you know. So I don't know, I feel like you really can't lose when you can really live perform.
Now, when it comes to drinking alcohol and the scenario that you described as, you know, if you're drinking alcohol and you may stumble on your own words, might forget
Mm-hmm.
some words, things of that nature, might not be on time with your own performance in the nature that you
Mm-hmm.
perform. Are you talking in a form of what could happen, or did you truly experience that?
No, I've never had like a sloppy performance, but I definitely, like, on tour, like, I had to learn, like, yo, when there was nights when I would like, oh, let's get lit tonight, get super drunk, and I'd be out there like, oh snap, I stuttered 3 times, or like, oh snap, I missed that word, or like, not enough that it's like ruining my show, but just enough that personally I'm like, nah, I need to chill out, let me not get as drunk, you know.
Now, in your opinion, from what you've seen, what you've experienced, what's the biggest mistake rappers make?
Biggest mistake rappers make?
Yeah.
Probably not just being rappers, man. You know, like I feel like the biggest mistake is probably just everything that has not to do with the music. Like, you know, when you just feel the need to like do things other than just make money and good music. Like everything outside of that, if like, you know, you really love the music or you really love rap, like everything outside of like the studio and the rap and the videos and the making the money and just, you know, building it and getting it bigger is like, you know, that means you're really not focused. So I guess that's really what it is when you take your mind off like what the real goal is.
Now, have you made this particular mistake yourself, or are you just going more so off observation?
I've taken my eye off the real goal and I had to like restructure and realize that like, yo, I'm doing a lot of like nothing and it's not really accomplishing what I want or what's like gonna personally make me happy. Like sometimes you're doing a lot but you like realize like it has no long-term purpose for like what you really want. So yeah, that happens to me at times.
And this is a mistake you've noticed yourself or others around you notice and inform you of when it has happened.
It could be either way. It could be either way. It could really be either way. Sometimes I could self-realize, but there's definitely times where like my friend is like, yo, bro, you know, get back on your shit. You ain't posted one of these or you ain't did this type of content. You know, people were liking that. You know, keep building. You know, yeah, definitely.
Was that an easier or hard thing to get out of when you experienced it?
I mean, it's not hard to get out of because it's like it's always what I want. So like it's not really not, and I don't really get in those funks. Like it's never like zero. Like I never get to like I don't want to do nothing. But it's just like sometimes, you know, overthinking and shit. I'm a Virgo. I just be having tired, stressful days from just thinking sometimes.
Care to share your birthday?
August 26th. Yeah.
Now, what are your thoughts on the rap game in 2021, overall speaking?
I think right now rap is super dope. Um, I think there's an extent of lyricism in everybody's music right now. Like even if it's not the most conscious, but there's just an extent of like punchlines, bars, people caring about what they say, trying to be catchy to an extent. I feel like melodies are at an all-time high. We had a Drake and Kanye album in the same year, a week apart. Like, yeah, 2021 is really an epic year. We already got a J. Cole album. We got a Kendrick album supposed to be coming. Like, tough. That's tough. 2021 is one of those years. You don't get these type of years often. And this could be the last one because that whole group is getting, yeah. They're about to put their jerseys up.
Nas released an album too.
Yeah, Nas's album was super dope. I don't mean for that to go underrated. Nas's album was super dope. Him and Hit Boy been going crazy.
Now, when it comes to the music industry,
Yeah.
my final questions about him.
hmm
What annoys you the most about the music industry at this point, if anything?
I feel like the only thing that probably really annoys me about music is like the way like artists are treated in certain situations when it's like, you know, everybody was raised a certain way and like being an artist it comes with like your life could change tomorrow. Like you could go from being a person that like never had to be in certain situations, never had to be a professional before, or just never just had to speak publicly about something, so you're not aware of like what you know. You only know like who you grew up with or how your uncles treated you or like how your aunts talked when you was little, so that's what you think is right. And then you get in the public media and like you make a mistake and they kill you for it when it's like, you know, like you never were taught any better. It's like people put fame give you so much like responsibility to uphold yourself with like fame, and I feel like just the music industry should do a better job of protecting artists, like, you know, so they just don't have to end up in those type of situations, because it's like it messes up everybody's money, and it's like you're part of the label and now the label's pulling back from you when it's like it just doesn't make sense. Like that type of stuff just doesn't make sense.
And are you referring to a specific situation or are you just generally speaking here?
I'm just generally speaking about all artists like that. Just like I don't want to, cause I don't want to talk about specific situation, cause that's like when it gets tricky, cause it's like there's so many, but like when it really comes down to it, there's no way to win talking about it. So it's like, yeah, I just wish that, you know, artists could be protected a little bit more. I feel like artists really don't get protected. There's like no, you know, like if in the NBA, if you do something crazy, you know, David Stern, or I don't know his name now, but there's somebody to step up for you as like your person and be like, you know, this, like, we're protected under this committee. There's like nothing like that for rappers. It's like almost like rappers need to make a union. Well, facts, but yeah.
Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, oh, before I even ask you the opposite end of the spectrum, what you just said about most annoying thing in the music industry, you gave a solution to the issue,
hmm
but and I asked you, was this in reference to a specific event,
hmm
and you didn't want to state it. That's
Yeah.
okay. But is this something you personally experienced yourself?
Um, I feel like yeah, but it's like there's just it's just none. There's none to talk about. There's just none. There's no way to win. There's no way to win in certain situations. Like there's just no way to win. Like it's just sometimes, you know. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely times where like I just couldn't be human. Like, you know, like I couldn't just be a like human. Like it's like you like I don't even just mean as an artist, or like I just feel like as with any social media fame, it's just times where like you just want to be regular and comment on something, or like give your opinion just because you genuinely give your opinion, and you just get chastised for it only simply because people know who you are. So it's like, yeah, but I'm still not gonna go into that.
Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, what's the best thing about the music industry at this point, if anything?
I think the best part is that anybody, like, you kind of don't need a label. Like, you could really build yourself up on your own. Like, you know, my fan base is like created through YouTube and like what I've done on my own. Like I've done the YouTube or what I've the little shows I was on Summer Jam. So like, but everything has been created through like what I've done. Like, you know, my fan base or the people that listen to my music, like I cultivated and like created that group or did the things it took to create that without a label, and I still make money off music without a label. So it's like, yeah, I think that's the dopest part.
What is your personal opinion on record labels?
Shit, you know, if they want to give me some money, they can sign me. But I don't really. I feel like if you got the right deal structured with the right control, ability to get your masters back and get your ownership back, like I also see it as a plus because it's like that label is a certain engine that like you can't create. It would take years to create that kind of engine that like when you sign to a label, you get immediately like just being able to just be on playlists. Just it's like so many things that's to the game now that's like Spotify's a call away for the label where like you might have to go to 7 meetings, run into somebody. Hopefully you get somebody that can give you the connection, and then like it's just way different. Everything's just harder independent, really. Not impossible, but harder.
And is this something that you saw with your own eyes watching Queen?
Yeah, I definitely see. I've been like right now. I feel like I'm a true independent artist, but I've also sat right outside the window at like the candy store of like the label and everything they could do, and it's like the label doesn't do everything because it's like you still got to be talented, dope. You still got to have just dope shit. You gotta be dope. Like granted to just be big anyway, but like when it's time to go to radio and they just can make that call and put your radio record out, and like when it's time for like promo, they could throw you up on the billboard in New York City with a phone call. It's like those type of things. Like being a rapper, as much as it is about the music, it's also about the like perception that you're doing something that like the regular person just can't attain in their normal life. So it's like the allure, like, yo, your life is different than mine. And I feel like the label, just because they naturally have the budget and the money and they know exactly what to do and they have 100 heads thinking for you, so you don't even have to think about it, it just makes things way easier. But it also could be its own stress with the, I've definitely seen that side, like the hold you up, tell you can't do this, tell you that they don't like that, so they not doing that type of shit. So yeah, that's also the part of the label. But like, if you could get a good relationship with your, you know, that could be the perfect girlfriend. You know, if you get the good girlfriend, the label is definitely something. You know, definitely, I agree.
Have you been offered?
Never been offered a deal. I actually had a meeting one time, because I don't know if you know, me and Clarence had this song, Ote. And that song, I think it did like 1 million streams, like 900K on the tube. And they was trying to do a deal for just Ote, but something happened. But it wasn't even like a deal, just like, it wasn't like a real record deal for me. Like, it was like, yo, we're gonna push the single, see what we could do. Like, I think it was more of a money grab than like them really trying to like, you know, they were trying to take advantage of like, oh, Clarence doing a song, let's try to, you know, like more of that. That's what I think. But like, I've never really had a meeting, no.
But it sounds like you are open to one.
Yeah, I'm not against the meeting. Yeah, I'm definitely not against the meeting. You feel me? Because as long as I could get control, I'm not really in it for the money. I'm in it for more like, I would do a distribution deal. You know, like I like what Empire does and like United Masters, because it's like, you know, you might not get the money, but you're working with them 50-50. You're putting some of your money up, which you're already used to doing. Like, it's not, but you're just putting your money up with somebody that can make it bigger than what you was doing by yourself. So yeah, like I'm not even against the distribution deal neither.
And for time reference, go ahead.
No.
Oh, okay. And for time reference, it's August 2021 now.